Game. I'm here with Noah, our sound guy, of course.
How's it going?
Happy everybody's in the building. What you're going to have here is the start of our build of our game. We're here in Esports Academy in Cary, North Carolina. It's a great place, family-owned gaming company. Love it here. You're going to actually meet the owner and the CEO and a couple other people on board with the company. I'm going to turn to Kayla. Kayla is going to tell you what we actually is going to do, and we're going to go from there.
I would say that they are working on a community game, and right now we're doing the event to partner with my North Carolina Sports Academy, where I work as an instructor, helping with youth, learning how to develop games, how to create their own spin on what they want to put out into the world. All right, so today I'm going to have everyone work on their own projects in Unreal Editor for Fortnite, UEFN. It is a editor, specifically a game creation program, where you can create your own type of Fortnite game, whether you want to do a version of prop hunt, if you want to do a team fight battle game. That is all available to you using your own Fortnite character within the game. So you can edit it, you can bring in your friends as well if you want to work on it together. So what I'm going to have you guys do for me is I want you to, for now, exit out of Fortnite and enter into your game application, Unreal Editor for Fortnite, and log in through there. It'll bring you back through Fortnite, don't worry about it. And you'll be able to pick your own template to play. Alright, if you have any questions, need anything at all, raise your hand, let me know, and I will come around and help you. Alright. Yes.
I got you. How are we looking on Flutter? Kill the audio on that mic, because both mics are on.
So I'm Vinny Smith, and welcome everyone to North Carolina Esports Academy. We are an education and youth development video gaming center. And really, this all started, my son and I, we started this company a little over 3 years ago. And it was all about reaching youth and exposing youth to the technology that's out there, the different types of career paths, and giving them that exposure and confidence within the technology space, and also to see that we have companies in our just right here in our backyard in Cary, such as Epic, and a lot of kids that love playing Fortnite, they love playing these games, but they don't even know what it takes to make a game, that how the groups of people and they work in teams and how the different type of specialties. So we really provide exposure to the young people around all these different areas. And this is also a workforce development project for us as well as education, because these young people, then they see, hey, there are these different career paths out here that are really good paying jobs that they can go down these different paths, and they can explore and find kind of like what their niches and what they would like to do. So that's really what we're about, and we've seen so much success since we started it, and it's fantastic. And one of the things that I know, just a little bit about my background, is I started out playing video games when I was young, and when I did it, it gave me, I had a lot of questions around, well, how are these games made? And so my daddy bought me some books on programming, and I sat down and I would program, and that led me to, went to the Naval Academy, and I majored in computer science, and it all started because of that background of playing games and having an interest in learning about programming. And then my first job out when I came out of the Navy was I was a systems engineer for an IT company. So that just kind of show you kind of my background and the progression that I had, and I see this being an opportunity for a lot of young people. And when you look at where we're going now with the technology and everything else, and this is really the way of the future. And I know technology, people feel is going to take a lot of jobs over, but if you think about it from the standpoint of no, it's just a shift, and just now new skills, and so there are going to be a lot of opportunities that are going to be available within technology. And one of the last things I want to say is in regards to the last statement I made as far as the jobs and the shift. I remember I was working, and I was in a hospital, and I saw something come down the hall, and it made me jump back, and it was a robot coming down the hall, and that robot was transporting medication, and went to the elevator, went up the stairs, and it shocked me. And when you think about it, that robot, yes, you could say it took the job of that one person who used to go and transport the medication throughout the hospital. But if you think about it from the standpoint of that now, somebody has to design the robot, someone has to build it, someone has to program it, someone has to maintain it. And when you think about all the jobs now that are being created for that, and like I said, once again, these are good paying jobs. And the last thing I also want to say is that we are also big on, within the IT field, and when you think about, we do a lot here with STEM, and we're really helping the young people to, it's about problem solving. And when people talk about entrepreneurship, that's all entrepreneurship is, just problem solving. Is people, hey, I have an idea to solve a problem. And so we're going to see a lot of businesses, young people start to come up with ideas for businesses, and they're going to start their own companies, and they're going to be able to employ people. So there's a lot of good of what we're doing here at North Carolina Esports Academy to really affect the future of young people, affect the economy and communities.
Definitely. I'm happy in North Carolina too, because we wanted to bring North Carolina. We got brothers from High Point. Noah, got any questions or anything you wanted to ask?
So, you mentioned being a gamer from a very young age. Was there also like a catalyst from, you mentioned you started the company with your family, with your son. Would you say he also kind of inspired you to start this business for the whole community, everything like that? Would you say there's your family itself kind of wanted you to grow out a little bit more?
Well, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because actually this is really Caleb. I would say this is his brainchild. This was his idea. He came to me. Caleb, right out of high school, went over to Germany. He played soccer in Germany. He was over there for 3 years. But while he was there, one day he said, "Hey, have you ever heard of esports?" And I said, at the time, I said, "No." And he said, "You need to take a look at it." And so when I did, I said, "Boy, this is I see a lot of possibilities with this." And he said, "I have to find some way to get into this industry." And so that's how the gaming center model and how that was born. And he said, "What I want to do is I want to take the youth development model that I learned coming up through soccer, and I want to bring that into esports to kind of have that kind of that training type of program." And then as he was getting started, he said, well, now I want to bring in the education component. That's how we really formed with the STEM. And that's really what built this into what we have right now. So a lot of it was, like I said, he was really the visionary behind all this. And then I was able to bring in my background within what I have in IT and business, and that's how we work together in building this program.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. This is a blessing. Like I said, you got all different branches of the military. We have all walks of life coming here, from the urban community to the collegiate community to even parents, and that's what's good. I see a lot of the parents and the kids starting to come together under gaming, and it's bringing the household together. Eventually I know gaming, it's going to get to the point where people are playing games to build their credit, and different things like that. So thank you for joining us today, and thank you for opening up your doors and hospitality. And we look forward to working with you the long way. And then on top of that, we want to go to different areas like Charlotte, I think it's Greensboro, High Point, Fayetteville, North Carolina. We actually want to go to these different areas and bring you there with your computers and stuff like that. Teach the kids, because you forgot to tell them that you're mobile also.
Absolutely, that's right.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your mobile ability about it?
Sure. And one thing I want to talk about the mobile. One of the things I also wanted to mention is that when we really talk about we help turn video games into really a productive experience, right? And video games, it's just like anything else. It can be for bad, it can be for good. And we never promote, young people sitting down hours on end, not taking breaks and things like that.
Gotcha.
And so what we're doing here really is really helping the young people to see how to game productively. And we make sure that when we have our camps and things like that here, and then when we do our mobile programs, which I'll go into, we take breaks every 45 minutes. We take them outside, get fresh air, run around, get exercise. Because it's a holistic approach that we take to what we do. But so what would happen is that we were reaching out into a lot of into the community, talking with different parks and recs and municipalities, other youth organizations, and as we were going forth and doing that, a lot of these organizations said, we love what you're doing, but they had a challenge of getting the youth to us. So again, as I mentioned earlier, the problem solving. So we said, here's what we'll do. We'll start a mobile program, and we can go out into the community. So we invested in PCs and gaming laptops. So now we go out into the community, and we go into different parks and recs. 2 years ago, we went out into the community to 3 counties. Last year, we went out into 20 counties.
Nice.
So we went from 3 counties to 20 counties in a year. And so that is what we're doing now is however we can reach as many youth as possible, this is what we're doing. And so, yes, as you start talking about, because we sort of real local and then expand it outside of the triangle, but yes, we plan on getting into the Charlotte, to the western, all the way to the far western part of the state. And that's what we're able to do with our mobile services program.
Gotcha. That's perfect. I'd like to thank you for coming out again. Can you tell people where you're located at and how to get in touch with North Carolina Esports Academy?
Absolutely. So we are in the Waverly Place Shopping Center in Cary, North Carolina, and it's right across from WakeMed Cary Hospital. And our address here is 316 Colonnades Way, and we're Suite 108C. And so you can also call us. Our phone number is 919-297-8302. And our website is ncesportsacademy.com. So you can find us in all those variety of ways. And if you need to Google us, you can see us on Facebook and our LinkedIn page. So we're definitely out there on all types of social media sources as well.
Thank you so much, sir. It's an honor to meet you, and looking forward to working with you. All right. And also, I want to do, let's not celebrate everybody here. Do like all right, so after we finish this one, this one, make sure I have special forces as part of it. And then,
Yeah, this is, yeah, you can't try to look up. Is there?
okay, yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on with that.
What was the hat? You can sit there,
What about you can watch my game. Right.
You want to face him towards over there, like what's just this?
Huh? Well, how much zoom is that got?
That's a 72. That's what I'm trying to get his wide to get on
I
there.
got it. What do you got?
We want something wider right here.
Wider. There's a 35 right there. 35 right there. There.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
He said he's not picking up any audio.
No, it's just that on this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's not really, there should be no reason to use static at all. There's nothing going through. Unless the only thing that'd be coming up is that mic over there.
Which one?
The other one is,
I turn the mics off whenever they're not talking. When they're talking, I put it on.
okay. Then, yeah, the other audio is coming from that, microphone.
He's just telling me it's off.
I don't know why it's static though, because those are the only two that should actually
So
be.
no audio should ever
There's
come.
no audio. Audio only comes through the board. Audio, no
Oh, yeah.
cameras.
Hey everybody, welcome back, welcome back. I got a special guest here today, one of my brothers in 3rd Special Forces Group that actually not only mentored me, been dealing with my headache for since I was in the Army and the military and things of that nature. Introduce yourself, brother.
Rob Robinson, third group, like I said, Tony go way back. Retired 26 years soft, special ops. Did the work and then retired and then got the privilege to be a part of all of this. This was a great opportunity. It was completely interesting watching the process work. It was cool. Watching the kids work and the computers and all the things that we used to do when we were younger. It's completely just taken it to the next level of generation.
Okay. So what fascinates you about the game? Have you ever did any like gaming simulation where you could see the game and you could see it coincides with real life?
And at work, like usually it was like big work projects and they were doing some training with this and making it accessible to kids. That was a great opportunity because I mean it's the future. This is what we're doing, and I just just seeing how it all puts together and how they made a complex problem or a complex. I mean, it looked like a problem to me. It was just a complex problem, and he just simplified it to the point to where now the kids are actually manipulating it and using it. And it was a great opportunity. I just love working with kids and watching them dig a little deeper than just the gameplay and more on how to build it. It was it's awesome.
Now, you mentioned you did like when you were younger you gamed a little bit probably yeah. Now kind of looking behind the scenes, kind of what we're doing here today. Is there anything that you've learned with it, or is there anything kind of you've taken that's kind of taken into memory?
Well, I like the aspect of like the virtual reality, how they figured out how to. I thought it was simple coding. Well, yeah, it is simple coding. to some of you laymen, but the way they coded it and the art design behind it all, I just thought it was just a recording, and it was just, I oversimplified it. But how they put that together, and you guys put the codes and then matching the movements and stuff to tasks, it was incredible. That's what I learned out of most. Watching the kids do it, like it make it look easy.
Okay, hold your own mic.
Got it. It's like my mixtape is coming out. Like me, get ready to sing for everybody.
Yeah. So, what's the best part about this? And I noticed that the audience really don't know the real stories that we actually going to put in, but not too real, too graphic, but the giving back to the veterans and having these programs that we have that combat suicide, that combat, different things that go in our life. And what I noticed with a lot of games and gaming, it's a lot of people that use our likeness, but not really have our spirit and our image in the game or being a part of the process. So majority of us is veterans, of course, and us being veterans, I feel like that the obligation for us to protect and serve is not just foreign, it's domestic also. So us going into the community and showing the urban communities that, hey, listen, you could be a gamer, because when I was younger, only time we saw the military is when they want to recruit us. Right. We never had the military come in the community and be like, hey, you can be a doctor, you can be something else. You don't have to join the Army, but you can, the veterans can take the lead on changing that environment as well. So I'm starting to notice that we are getting more back into the community more in different ways. So thank you for being a part of this venture and this project. And anything you want to say for your kids and anybody?
No, I absolutely agree with you. We got a limited amount of people with my background, especially in SOF, and this was a great opportunity to actually give back. You talked about suicide and even I think, and I know it's not popular, but it's purpose. Like after getting out of the military, our purpose was simple, and when we get out, that's when we lose that purpose, and then it just becomes, you get a job and you just try to make money. But youth in this program like this actually provided you a purpose, because I work with kids all day, and especially not kids with my background, we can explain it. There are other options out there, and it is attainable. We can make complex solutions from the ground up, and this was a great opportunity, and I love being a part of every aspect of it all.
Thanks. Any questions, brother?
I think y'all got pretty good decent on it.
Yeah. So. To the audience, like I said, we got third group, we got Special Forces, we have 82nd Airborne as well, Fort Bragg, we got Screaming Eagle that's going to be a part of it also, over those guys on the other side, but that's another story. And we like to just say thank you, brother, and we'll see you soon. The next event is probably be April 27th in Fayetteville, so it'll be more closer to the hometown.
Absolutely.
And we'll just go from there.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, we back. We interviewing actually the players, and as you can see, part of the community. Where you from, brother?
Raleigh,
Raleigh, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, so we happy for you to bring your son here today. How old is he?
He's 4 years old.
4 years old? 7 years old. Yeah, so what does this mean to you about gaming and bringing your son and this being part of the community, and how is it changing the community, being a part of something bigger? He's so cute. Say hi.
Say hello. Tell me your name.
I'm not offended.
What's your name?
Everybody, see up.
You like
Tell
the
me
game?
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name is Pharaoh.
Pharaoh. Yeah. But
What was the question?
we wanted to ask about what brought you here and the gaming and bringing your son here, and what do you feel about the gaming in the community?
Well, I feel like the gaming in the community, it will keep them out of trouble. It keeps them focused, so that they don't get into things in the streets, things that they shouldn't be into. It's kind of a way out, you know. It's like it's activities, positive activities. It can lead them to creating games that they like themselves, you know. It just keep them focused on something positive.
And what do you do, brother?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm an activist. Also the assistant director for Vets for Youth in Raleigh. Community court advocate. I wear many different hats. I'm for the elevation of the community, you know. Keeping it positive, stuff like this, gaming, you know, put down the guns, pick up the books, get into gaming, streaming, stuff like that. Stuff that can take them somewhere in life. So that's what I do.
Okay,
I work
perfect.
with Tony Brown.
Perfect. So yeah, as you can see, we give it back to the urban communities. We're using this as a vessel, not only to cut down youth crime and violence and stuff like that. We actually use it as a vessel to empower and employ eventually. You know, we want these kids to get into STEM early out. And then as they build out these games, they actually get C++, Java, and all these codes, and then we just go to a whole different direction, you know? So we want to actually keep going over. I want to, come here. This is what I definitely want to interview personally one-on-one. This is Kayla. Where you from, Kayla? Tell me where you from.
Well, that's a little bit of a story. I was originally born in Jamaica, and I immigrated here to America when I was really young. And I've been living in Florida since then. Then I moved up to North Carolina, Raleigh, Cary. Specifically for the gaming industry, not gonna lie.
So, what's this mean about, what does it mean to you about, I had a young lady, she said she was inspired because she see other women, you know, being a part of this. What does it mean for you and women in the gaming industry?
For me personally, women in the gaming industry is kind of a signifier to me that the roles are kind of expanding to include more and more people. And I'm personally looking forward to the day where we have a big gaming company kind of run by women, for women.
Now, that'd be
Kind
great.
of give more of a voice out for there, because I can see more like women games and programs kind of like independent, like indie games and stuff like that. But I don't really see a face for them a lot in the bigger companies.
Yeah, and you know what's good about it? We all taking our lessons from who?
From me.
There we go. You see what I'm saying? So, in our organization, well, company, we actually want to empower women in the esports industry and in the gaming industry. So, thank you for taking the lead. You know, and like I said, you've always been an inspiration and an honor to meet you. And it's just a blessing for having you part of the team.
It's a blessing to be here, man. Like, this is exactly what I was just talking about. This is what I'm looking for in a gaming company. So that's why I really am kind of excited about what you're doing here.
Thank you. Let's go to interview some parents. It's an honor to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. Can you just tell your name, where you're from, and what brought you here?
So my name is Delia Niles. I am originally and still claim Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
But I have been living in North Carolina for a significant amount of years at this point. I came to North Carolina because I retired and the black hole of Fort Bragg sucked me in, now Fort Liberty.
Fort Liberty.
I've come today to kind of support Tony Brown and the team and what they're doing when it comes to youth and just trying to get them connected and exposing them to different things.
Okay. Do you have children in gaming and stuff like that?
I do. I have a 14-year-old who's into gaming. He likes building and creating his own games, and
Nice.
I don't usually understand what he's telling me, like parkour, which is an obstacle course he can build and stuff.
Yeah, the parkour, man. You got to be energetic with that. You definitely got to be energetic with that. But yeah, thank you for coming out and supporting, Black Point Studios. And what's good about it is like I see the diversity in the youth, you know, from all ages. So I really don't even call them kids anymore. I call them gamers now because it's such a blanket statement between the age groups. So thank you so much for coming out and supporting.
Yeah, no problem.
What part of North Carolina? Lumberton. And you from?
Fayetteville, NC.
So we got Fayetteville, we got Lumberton, North Carolina.
Yes,
So
yes,
as we
yes.
built this game, we actually want y'all to be a part of the bigger picture and the team. And
Yes.
what brought you here today?
Say it again?
What brought y'all here today?
My aunt, she actually introduced this to me. I just came to see what it was about. Building a game sounds pretty interesting to me, honestly, yes.
Yeah.
I want to see what the game was about and see how better y'all can make it other than the other games I've seen, like Fortnite.
Yeah.
How good y'all can make the game compared to other games.
And what's good about what we're trying to do too, like you see it says Game On Community Strong, y'all opinion matters. So
Yes.
when we have these private meetings during the week, I'll give y'all the Zoom link and y'all come on and y'all be like, hey, we could change this, that, and the third.
Right.
And we could do the pros and cons and then we could launch it every month. So this month is just getting familiar with everybody.
Yes.
Next month's actually building out. The third month is giving 75% of it and then we're gonna have 100% of the game and then we're gonna launch it.
Right.
But hopefully y'all could be a part of the long haul. We actually want to get y'all some credits, you know what I'm saying? Some gaming credits on it.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, y'all help this and put y'all in the credits. So all right?
Definitely.
All right, brother. Let's connect. All right, so there you go. As I said, we actually getting all parts of North Carolina to come together. Next month, we'll be in Fayetteville, North Carolina. In June, I'm trying to get, I would say, Charlotte or High Point or Greensville, Greensboro. I would make out some connections out there. So we're reaching out to the colleges as well. So thank you for tuning in. We're gonna take a little short break and then we're gonna go back to having more interviews and you can just check out the guys. The kids are actually playing the games.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Caleb. I'm one of the owners and founders here at North Carolina Esports Academy. Great to have Black Point Studios here today.
And we actually spoke to your father earlier. We'd like to know, how did you bring the idea and start this project to your family and stuff like that?
And mostly, I like playing video games. I knew about esports, and I wanted to pursue a venture within gaming and esports. And then we didn't start off doing what we're doing now. We started off more focused on the competitive side of gaming, but transitioned into the education side, which I actually like a whole lot more.
And we was telling what's unique about this place is y'all travel. And I believe me, traveling is a big issue I see out here in North Carolina. It's like y'all bring the resources to the community. How many computers and how many students you could do when you travel?
So we can do over 30 when we do. Typically, the most thing we've ever done is around 25, where we separate into groups. The biggest challenge usually comes into staffing and availability. Because the date has to be available. We have to know the program's going on. We have to be available to go out and do the program specifically. And then the whole pay comes in as well. Most of what we do is no more than a 45-minute drive, which we have gone, driven an hour and a half to different places all around North Carolina to perform different programs. Sometimes it can be where we don't have to bring the equipment itself, but we get contracted, to help out with the sorts of project or tournament or venture that's going on elsewhere.
Okay. No, you want any questions on your side?
Your dad had mentioned you kind of had the idea while in Germany playing soccer.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that you kind of brought a certain kind of work ethic from like playing soccer and kind of teaching kids, esports and kind of the community itself. Can you tell me kind of how you were able to kind of adapt kind of one side to the other?
Yeah, excellent question. So when you think about sports, what they're great for, you're with the team, you have to work with other people, you have to show up on time, you have to be reliable, you have to work hard at it, and there's a lot of these skills that translate to life, that bring the in sports that are required and necessary, in order to be a good teammate, good player. And so, essentially, we look to do the same thing with video games. It's not just, a lot of people think of it as the parents as well as the issue that we have. Always coming here playing video games, trying to get past that point, we're trying to understand these are team-based games. You have to work with a team. Your team has to get together. You have to strategize. You all have to be able to, play together. You have to work together with each other. And then going on that, people you have to be showing up at town practice. You have to be listening. You have to listen. You have to have a good attitude. And so, all those skills, go in, both the character life skills and, the actual in-game skills translate. And that's really what the goal is, to help youth out. And why we do that is to have like a positive impact. Because when you think about, in careers and what's going on in jobs, like you mentioned earlier, showing up at times sometimes it's extremely important, being able to work with others, being diligent. And so that's what we really want to, promote and push with our programs that, also like we do want to be teaching the technical skills. So we want to make sure they know like video game design and coding, and they're keeping up with how AI is adapting and changing the landscape. But then it's also important because you can have all the skills in the world, but if you show up 3 hours late for a meeting, no one's going to want to work with you. It's a bit of exaggeration, but if you don't get things done on the timeline, if you can't work with everybody, if you have a poor attitude, if you bring the team down, none of that's good. None of that actually helps out. And so by being able to teach these skills from a young age, youth when they graduate will have both those technical and the character skills to excel in life and in the workplace.
Okay, that's good. That's great. That's great, brother. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, are y'all open every day, or do y'all close certain hours, or is it like close a certain day, or do y'all open every weekend? Like, what's your work availability?
Our availability, the only set hours, we run camps every week out of the year because we have tracker here. There's some days that may not run them, but it's very rarely we have a day where we don't run camp. And drop-offs between 8 to 9. The camp goes from 9 to 3:30, and there's optional late pickup till 5 p.m. And that happens Monday through Friday. And then outside of that, and everything else is appointment only. So like the group in the back building the robotic arm, they set an appointment to do that. You all here at Blackburn Studios, you all set an appointment, to come here. And so that's the, we used to have open play with people that come in, and we start off with 95 open play hours, and cut it to 69, then to 65, and then it was probably somewhere around like, 50 something, and then like the slowly started cutting more. And it was actually January of this year that we completely did away with it, and it's been a whole lot better that we have. We have more time, we don't need as many people, don't have as much to manage, and profits are greater because that didn't have that high profit margin either. And so that's really helped by cutting that out, and it gives us more availability now to talk about those mobile programs because then we actually have the staff and be able to go and do that.
Okay. So you actually, no community is off limits. So you can go to the churches, you can go to the colleges, you can go to the gyms, the YMCA's, okay, like that?
That's correct. So we were at, it was actually, which they do, so it's a kid-friendly bar called Amberley Local that's in West Cary, and we did gaming tournaments, like they do fundraisers for nonprofits, so we actually went there and did some gaming tournaments, open play for kids there, and that was great because normally the kids are nagging like, oh, when are we gonna leave, but then at that night, then like the kids were never asking to leave, and the parents was like, oh, how long y'all like to stay or whatever, because they're like, oh, well, we don't want another beer or something, so we do things like that, and that actually benefited our nonprofit organization at Tech Unite. But yeah, we work at YMCA's, we work at Boys and Girls Club. I'm trying to think. I know we've had church groups come here before. I'm trying to think if we've actually gone to a church before. Any types of venues, we're able to go to. We've gone to schools and all over across the board. And that's really why we added that mobile programs. And that we actually were looking at opening a location. And then we put that on hold and we said, this is how we can make our services that, accessible to everyone because, the cost of opening, the ongoing, cost of running the place. And so we want to make sure that as many youth as possible could have access to these opportunities. And, if we are going to open a location, now we're actually in that position where we, done well with this location. We're at a good spot, with the mobile program, so where we can actually put time and energy into, possibly opening another one.
All right. So does these locations need a certain type of internet? That's what I wanted to ask too.
Yes, but internet's changed a lot in the past few years. Fiber internet back in 2020 when we started, and this area specifically was like challenging to come by. If you go like nearby PNC, downtown Raleigh, or like the office space, so really when fiber internet started, it was mostly targeting office space because most businesses use basic internet. It's usually a business like an office space, they want the dedicated connections because they need like the firewall, they need things to be customizable, they may have like their own IT department, banks especially, they're going to use like, the dedicated fiber internet. A lot of them, internet can't go down, so they get the dedicated fiber. And at first I tell people, we were paying $1,700 a month for internet. And then now we're paying about $197 a month for internet because we were able to switch from a dedicated fiber solution to a shared fiber, which works well. And then, so we're sure that fiber is going to work well because, in terms of cost of everything, because when a company first builds out, internet, it's like when we first build this place out, it has to, do a certain amount of revenue to make the money back. And then, when it's time to like upgrade equipment, then we sell it, and it's like whatever price we get for something, it's like, okay, great, it doesn't really matter, the money's already been made back. So similar to the same thing, they've already built the fiber, and more companies, wanting it as well, and like are needing the upgrades, for what they do. So, and they do need a certain kind of internet, but it's not to the point where you think, especially, if we talk about games like Call of Duty, then yes, but the games that we're playing, like, Minecraft, Fortnite's the most intensive Among Us, Fall Guys, those games are not by any means network-heavy games.
Gotcha.
And then we also have a Verizon hotspot, so when we go to other places, we can use that, and it usually works at most places that we go to. It works very well in rural areas as well, and so then we're able to provide that internet at locations that may not have good enough internet.
Okay, that's perfect. Any other questions you want to ask, brother?
Yeah, so when it comes to like, community events, stuff like that, I don't know if y'all do like, like open tournaments for like different games like Fortnite or anything like that, or is there like a plan on kind of on the horizon to do open tournaments on certain days, like once a month?
So at North Carolina Esports Academy, we stick to our core focus business, on here's like the camps, parties, and other events. And then, we do sometimes like we put another Parks and Recs, and like with the town of Apex, we run like Fortnite. We run a Fortnite tournament with them before, and that's the way we do it. We ourselves don't do any. Now our sister nonprofit EdTech Unite, and they do put on events. Usually it's events around STEM education, but they usually have some type of gaming tournament, aligned with them. Like the event we did last month, National Society of Black Engineers, that event, and did have gaming tournaments at the end. Another event that we're going to be doing in October that I will not announce publicly yet, that will have gaming tournaments in that along attached with it. The hackathon that we're doing in November, that will not. So it just all depends.
Nice. That's great, brother. Great. And thank you for, like I said, opening your doors for us. And on top of that, just tell the audience how to get in touch with you and the location and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to get in touch with me, you just fill out the contact form on the website, ncesportsacademy.com. I'll be the person, that responds to that. I'm on LinkedIn as well. And so, always feel free to reach out. You can call the location. You'll find somebody to get in touch with me pretty easily. Always looking to help out, any way we can, growing the esports, ecosystem all over North Carolina.
Okay. Thank you, brother. It's great meeting you.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us today. We had a very eventful day with great interviews. Next month, on April 27th, we actually going to try to do another one, part 2 of the UEFN build-out for Fortnite for Black Point Studios. If you want to join us or you want to be a part of this venture, please contact me at tonyubrown at bpstudiosinc.com, or you can reach me directly at 718-344-7378. I'd like to thank you on behalf of Black Point Studios. Game on, community strong. Thank you.